So it looks like it's about to happen, folks. Finally, Sarri ball, Cristiano Ronaldo and Juventus are one win away from winning the Serie A. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show today. We'll take a look at match number 36 out in Serie A, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Serie A related, Blackburn Rovers related, well, football related. Yep, the season is dwindling down, should I say, with what? Two and a bit games left for the campaign. So let's talk about it in just a second. If you're new to the channel, of course, smash your subscribe, smash your thumbs up, and of course, big love to the Patreons. That's right, you know who you are. The VIP Dream Team 11 of Aztec, Marky B, Mark, Ruxell, Frost, John Spurn, Tom Clark, Tom Beresford, Cody Ho, Jacob Johansson, Daniel Meller, Elgin Cow, Bianca Muller, and William Shepard. That's right. So respect to all of those guys for becoming Patreons, supporting the channel in the way that they do. And if you want to join those illustrious VIPs, there is a link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas, to support the channel. Here's to you. Cheers. So, like I said, Juventus, one win away. Of course, we are jumping ahead a little bit. They could actually win it tonight, I believe. Tonight, this video is going out because I'm not looking at those two games. The two games I'm missing are from last week. Udinese, Juventus, and Lazio, Cagliari. So they could win it tonight. So this could be irrelevant in that regard. But let's take a look at it. That's the criteria, folks. 0 to 2, yes, just 2 to get in the shit-faced club. 3 to 5, just right, to get the straight-faced club. 6 plus, you got it, top banana. Now, before we take a look at how you guys got on, we're going to take a look at how I got on, of course, the prediction king. We're going to start all the way back, of course, Tuesday, the 21st of July. It was Atalanta. They did beat Bologna 1-0. Luis Muriel on the score sheet, 62nd minute to give Atalanta the points. Next up, I actually went with a 3-0 win for Atalanta, not too shabby. Sassuolo did lose to Zlatan and co. 2-0, 2 goals for Zlatan today, and a 2-1 win over Sassuolo. Francesco Caputo on the score sheet for Sassuolo. Mahedi Borabaiba get himself sent off on the day. Actually won the 2-0, not too shabby. Parma, they did beat Napoli 2-1. Gianluca Capari and Dejan Kulievski, both from penalties. Lazendo Engzingli on the score sheet for Napoli from the penalty spot. Actually won the 2-0 win for Napoli. Shame on you. Lecce did beat Brescia 3-1. Actually remember the 1-1 on this one. The goals on this one, I have to look for them a little bit. Gianluca Lapadula get himself a brace, and Riccardo Samponara get on the score sheet as well for Lecce. Daniele De Sena got the only goal for Brescia. Actually remember the 1-1. Inter Milan, though, they let us all down with a 0-0 draw against Fiorentina. Actually remember the 3-1 win on this one. So wrong. No goals to score to talk about that. Sampdoria also lost to Genoa. Genoa. Dominic Criscico on the penalty spot for Genoa, and Lucas Lerenga as well for Genoa. Manolo Gabbiadini on score sheet for Sampdoria. Actually won with a 2-1 win the other way. Who else do we have going on here? Bear with me a second. Meanwhile, Torino, they took on Verona, and that ended up all square, 1-1 in the end. Actually on the 0-0, and this was not too shabby. The goal scorers on that day was Simon Zaza for Torino and Fabio Barini for Verona from the penalty spot, like I said. Wow. SPAL, they got smashed by Roma 6-1. Alberto Seri on the score sheet for SPAL. But the goals for Roma: Nikola Kanalic, ex-Rover, Charles Perez, Alexander Kolarov, Bruno Perez, and Nico Zanillo. Perez got himself a couple goals there, and that's 6-1 domination. Actually went with a 2-0 win, so not too bad. Juventus, we don't know. I'm actually going to go with a 3-0 win on this one tonight. And Lazio against Cagliari, also going to go with a 2-1 win for that one. So as it stands, I am sitting on one of these. Yeah, that's right. I got myself 3, maybe 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Not too shabby, and this is the situation in the table as it stands. Of course, Atalanta on 74 points. Lazio with a win today will push her up to 72, which will not affect the table. But if defeat would open up a can of whoop-ass on Juventus, it will leave them very, very teetering on the edge of throwing it all away. But I don't see it happening. Do you guys see it happening? Down the foot of the table, SPAL are down. Brescia look like they're down. I think they're down. And Lecce look to be lost at sea here. But a win in the next game, and you know what? The likes of Genoa and Udinese, and maybe even Torino could be in doubt as the relegation situation heats up a notch. Of course, the season is dwindling down, but of course, don't forget we'll be back next year with the Prediction League. That's right, something brand new on the channel, something where you can actually win merchandise for free, boys. Just all you got to do is keep on predicting, at least get on an average, or show up at least 75% of the time, and then you'll be in the mix for something. I don't know, a cup, a hat. I don't know. We'll figure it all out. Let's take a look at how you guys go. In fact, let me just slide over here so we can take a little look at all of the Pickaroos. There we go. Sliding over. So, of course, Shepherd, respect to you for being a Patreon. You did pretty well. Not too bad. Vincent Hong, not too shabby. Istan Ujam Boss, not too bad. Ilimicha Digno Nosso Isa, he did shit. Devante Caprice, not too bad. Mitchell Kodchan also did okay. Bianca Mola, respect to you for being a Patreon and very, very well as well. Football Mapper, not too bad. Costas K did okay. The Italian Stallion, he's the man. He did okay. Carl BTW, not too bad. Yannick Bustler did okay. And Miles A did okay. Now, the story with all this, I actually had you down, a lot of you guys, for Reds at first. But I thought, you know what, it's a little bit harsh. Because I had the criteria 0 to 3, and you're in the shitface gang there, and it would have been 2/3 red. So you're all lucky. You're all lucky to be there with yellow faces. Unfortunately, Ilmichel Isa did poop. So, of course, games tonight, but, of course, this is the match day where it could all end as well. So let's take a look at it, shall we? AC Milan taking on Atalanta, and probably the game of the weekend here. Coming at you, of course, down at Milan. The last 6 encounters between two sides, 1 win for AC, 2 wins for Atalanta, and 3 draws. They did play in Atalanta back in December. 5-0 win for Atalanta. Gomez, Palisic, Ilic with a brace, and Muriel as well. The last time they played in Milan was a 2-2 draw back in 2018. Higuain and Bonaventura for AC. Gomez and Rigoni on the score sheet for Atalanta. Heading into this, Atalanta have actually won 11 of the last 13 matches, whereas AC Milan have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 9 matches, and they've also won the last 4 home matches as well. Coming into this, so very, very 2 teams red-hot form, at least without a loss in at least 6 games, both of them, probably even more, and at least AC Milan just 5 wins at the past 6 games, so the other one was a draw. So they are looking very, very dangerous at the moment. Yeah, bookmakers will find this one difficult to go with, I'm sure. 2-1 is your AC Milan, 3-1 is your 11-10 is the victory for the visitors. Win for Atalanta in second, which we put them up to 77 points, folks. And if Juventus were to lose the next 2 games, they're in touching distance. Within touching distance, but I doubt it'll happen. A win for AC Milan in sixth would actually put them up to 62 points, so maybe in top 5 football for them. For me, I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for AC Milan. That's right, to give themselves the belief that they could make top 5. Meanwhile, next up we have Brescia up against Parma. Of course, Brescia are, look, I think they're down. Are they down? 3, 6, 9 points, 26... I think, yeah, they're down. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. They're taking on a Parma side who are in mid-table, 10th spot for them, but just 1 win in the past 6 for them. Anyway, the last 6 encounters between these 2 sides, I've only got 3 actually. 2 wins for Brescia, 0 wins for Parma, and 1 draw. They played in Parma early in the season, was a 1-1 draw, and the last time they played in Brescia was back in the Serie A B, and Brescia won 2-1. Heading into this, Parma have actually lost their last 3 away matches, and they've also conceded at least 2 goals in those last 3 away matches. As well. Just 1 win in the past 6 for Parma. That was against Napoli just last time out. Brescia, 1 win in 5. That was against SPAL a couple of games back. Bookmakers odds. 9-4 for Brescia, 30-5 is your draw. Even Stevens is your Parma. A win for Parma, currently in top 10. Could actually possibly see them rise into the top 9, boys and girls, with Verona on the offering. Meanwhile, Brescia, a win for them actually could put them onto 27 points. Can't see much happening on this one. I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw, which is a point in the bag for Brescia. Not much for Parma. Next up, we have Genoa up against Inter Milan. Of course, they slipped up Inter Milan last time out. They've been slipping up quite a lot recently. But anyway, the last 6 encounters between themselves and Genoa sees 2 wins for Genoa, 4 wins for Inter Milan, and 0 draws. They played in Milan back in December. It was a 4-0 win. Lukaku with a brace, Esposito and Gagliardi on the score sheet for Inter Milan. The last time I played in Genoa was also a 4-0 win for Inter Milan. Gagliardi with a brace, Perisic and Icardi from the penalty spot. Heading into this, Inter Milan have actually scored at least 4 goals in the last 3 matches against Genoa in all competitions. Goodness gracious me, that is true. Meanwhile, Inter have also kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 7 matches against Genoa. So they like playing Genoa. But coming into this, they're unbeaten in 5, but just won 2 of those past 5. Meanwhile, Genoa have actually won 3 of the past 4 games. So they're looking pretty tough to beat at the moment. Of course, they want to be in Serie A next season, and I think they're on the cusps of nailing that. Genoa 4-1 for the victory, 16-5 is your draw, 13-8 on is your Inter Milan. A win for Inter Milan in 3rd. Could actually see them go back into 2nd. And a win for Genoa in 17th. Could actually see them leapfrog into 15th above Torino in the process. Tough one, this one, but I'm going to go with Inter Milan despite Genoa's recent form. Next up, we have Napoli up against Sassuolo. Heading into this, of course, the last 6 encounters sees 4 wins for Napoli, 0 wins for Sassuolo, and 2 draws. They played in Sassuolo in the season back in December. It was a 2-1 win for Napoli. Allen and Obiang on the score sheet as a big fat OG. Ahmed Junior Traore opened up the scoring for Sassuolo. Sassuolo, different opposition these days, much more tough to beat. Napoli have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 7 matches at home. Coming into this, both these sides come into this on the back of a defeat. Sassuolo did lose to AC Milan. It's actually 3 games without a win for Sassuolo. Meanwhile, just 1 win in the past 4 for Napoli. And that was against Udinese a couple games back as well. Bookmakers odds, we'll probably give it to Napoli on this one. 15-8 on for Napoli. 7-2 is your draw. 9-2 is your away win. A win for Napoli in 7th could see up to 59 points. And a win for Sassuolo in 8th could actually see them up to 51 points. They can't really go much higher than that. It's a tough one, this one, but I'm going to go with 2-0 win for Napoli to take the share of the spoils. Next up, we have Bologna up against Lecce. Lecce need a win against a difficult Bologna. Last 6 encounters sees 4 wins for the hosts, 1 win for Lecce and 1 draw. They did play in Lecce back in December. It was a 3-2 win for Bologna. Riccardo Orsolini with a brace. Soriano as well on the score sheet. Babacar and Farias on the score sheet for Lecce. Heading into this, Lecce have actually lost 8 of the last 10 matches in the division. They've also conceded at least 2 goals in 8 of the last 9 matches as well. Bologna have actually failed to win their last 6 home matches in the division. So, yeah, Bologna ropey form. Lecce not too shabby, actually. Just 2 defeats in the past 5. That was against Fiorentina and Genoa not too long ago. Heading into this, 4-1. No, it's not 4-1. This game takes place on Sunday, the 26th of July. 23-20 is Bologna. 30-5 is your draw. 11-5 is your away win, and away win for Lecce in 18th could actually put them up to 35 points, and a win for Bologna in 12th could actually put them up to 46. That would be top 9 football for them, and that would be an excellent 3 points. But I don't see it. I see a point here which is not going to be good enough for Lecce. It's not really going to be good enough for Bologna to make a move. They could actually still move into the top 10 with a draw, but it'll have to have a lucky results elsewhere. Next up, we have Roma up against Fiorentina. They're coming into this. Fiorentina in 11th. Roma are in 5th. The last 6 encounters between 2 sides very tight. 2 wins for Roma, 2 wins for Fiorentina, and 2 draws. They played in Fiorentina back in December. It was a 4-1 win for Roma. Dzeko, Kolarov, Pellegrini, and Zanello. Malian Badej on the score sheet for Fiorentina. The last time played in Roma was a 2-2 draw as well. Zanello and Perotti on the score sheet for Roma. Pezzella and Gerson on the score sheet for Fiorentina. Heading into this, Roma have actually scored at least 2 goals in 6 of the last 7 home matches, where Fiorentina are actually undefeated in the last 5 matches in the division. So Fiorentina won the form teams as of right now, but they've only won twice of the past 5. Meanwhile, Roma have actually won 4 of the past 5, just drawing to Inter Milan in the process. So they are one of the form teams once again. They just got they were looking so good prior to lockdown, but the last 5 they've got back to winning ways and look very, very solid. The bookmakers odds 5-3 on for Roma. 60-5 is your draw. 70-4 is your away win, and that is for Fiorentina. Fiorentina in 11th. A win for them could actually see them go into the top 9, and a win for Roma in 5th could actually put them up to 64 points. You know what? They still have an outside shot for top 4. Very, very outside, depending on what goes on with Lazio's final 4 games. I'm going to go with I'll go with a draw. Goodness me, yeah. I think the form book is throwing me out the window there. So 1-1 draw in the end. Not really a good solution there for Roma. Next up, we have Hellas Verona up against Lazio. The last 6 encounters here sees 0 wins for Verona, 5 wins for Lazio, and 1 draw. They played, and that draw was last time out back in February, prior to lockdown, 0-0 draw. Meanwhile, they did play in Lazio back in 2018. It was a 2-0 win. Immobile with a brace back then. Heading into this, Verona actually failed to win the last 5 matches in Serie A, whilst Lazio have also failed to win the last 5 matches as well. 2 very, very shitty forms. In fact, Verona picking up more points at the past 5 games than Lazio have. They've actually drawn 4 of the past 5. Their only loss is against Roma. Bookmakers odds, we'll probably still give it to Lazio despite all that. 5-2 is Verona. 30-5 is your draw. 21-20 is your away win. for Lazio. And a win for Lazio in 4th could actually see him go up to 72 points. And a win for Verona in 9th could actually see him go up to 49 points. Potentially going to the top 8 there with the victory. I'm going with Lazio on this one. 1-0 win in the end. Job done for Lazio, perhaps. Next up, SPAL against Torino. Now, this could be a relegation 6-pointer if SPAL were to be victorious, but I think that's a bit of a tall order, isn't it, really? Anyway, the last 6 encounters or last 5 between these two sides sees 1 win for SPAL, 2 wins for Torino, and 2 draws for both. Of course, heading into this, they did play earlier in the season in Turin. It was a 2-1 win for SPAL. Gabriel Starfessa and Andrea Petenga score sheet for SPAL. Thomas Rincon got the only goal for Torino. Bremner got himself sent off on that day. The last time played in SPAL was back in 2019 in February. It was a 0-0 draw. Torino have actually lost their last 8 away matches, and SPAL have actually lost their last 8 of the last 9 home matches as well. SPAL actually conceded at least 2 goals in their 7 matches. So horrendous form for SPAL. Not great form for Torino. But if you want to read between the lines, just 1 defeat the past 3. That was against Fiorentina. 2 defeats the past 5 if you want to open up a little bit more than that. Bookmakers odds on this one. C's 92 for SPAL for the victory, 16-5 is your draw, 7-4 on for Torino. A win for Torino in 15th could actually put them up to 42 points, potentially into 13th spot. Win for SPAL in 20th could give them 22 points. But it ain't happening, boys. I'm going with a 2-0 win for Torino. That's right, to maintain their mid-table security push and get them out on the old relegation discussion. Next up, or penultimately, should we say, Cagliari taking on Udinese. 2 teams, not much to get excited about. Udinese, though, have still got to look over their shoulders for possible relegation fodder. The last 6 encounters, 2 wins for Cagliari, 4 wins for Udinese, and 0 draws. They played in December, and it was a 2-1 win in Udinese. Goal scorers on that day was Rodrigo De Paul, Secco Fofana as well, João Pedro on score sheet for Cagliari, Fabio Piscani again himself sent off. Cagliari have actually failed to win the last 6 matches in the division, so they're looking to get a result here. Meanwhile, just 1 win the past 5 for Udinese. They are in action tonight against Udinese. They could be party poopers, or they could be part of a mega celebration, but just for the wrong parts. The bookmakers odds on this one is 5-2 for Cagliari, 12-5 is draw, 11-10 for Udinese. They appear to be the favourites for this one, which is a strange one. Udinese coming to this 16th for the table. A win for them could actually put them up to 39 points. A win for Cagliari in 30th could push them up to 45 points, which is top 10. Going with Cagliari on this one. Yep, they start the season strong. Of course, kind of gone away with it a little bit recently, bit shit. But ultimately, they'll get the victory. And wrapping it up, it'll be Juventus up against Sampdoria. Of course, they could be champions at this point, or it could be this game that does it. The last 6 encounters sees 4 wins for Juve, 2 wins for Sampdoria, and 0 draws. They played in Sampdoria early in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Juventus. Diabala and Ronaldo on score sheet. Gianluca Capari, the goal scorer for Sampdoria. He also got himself sent off late in that game. The last time played at Turin was a 2-1 win for Juventus. Ronaldo with a brace, Quagliarella as well on the score sheet. Juventus are actually undefeated in the last 38 matches. They've also scored at least 2 goals in the last 11. Meanwhile, coming into this, though, just 1 win in the past 4 games for Juventus. That was against Lazio last time around. Meanwhile, Sampdoria were in good form. Actually, 3 wins in the past 4, but they did come into this on the back of a sloppy defeat against Genoa. Meanwhile, coming into this, the bookmakers odds 4-1 for Juventus, 4-1 on for Juventus, 5-1 is your draw, 10-1 is your long shot. Sampdoria. Sampdoria coming to this 41 points on the table. A win for them could actually see them into the top 10, boys, and a win for Juventus could guarantee the title. That's right. Going with it here. 3-1 win against my boys. Unfortunately, they ain't going to win. Sampdoria. Juventus will take it. And if they're not champions now, tonight, they will be today in this. This is what the table will look like after the end of it. Juventus would be 7 points clear with, 6 on the table, something like that. Atalanta would be in 3rd. Lazio will be in 4th. Roma will be in 5th. AC Milan breathing down their necks, though. Meanwhile, the foot of the table, SPAL down, Brescia down, and Lecce looking very, very much ominous as well. But not out of the woods just yet. That's my Pickaroonies. Be sure to get your own predictions in nice and early. Of course, don't forget about the Prediction League, boys and girls. Next season, we're coming back with the Serie A, and of course, there's a chance for you to win stuff. That's right. All you need to do is be a regular predictor, smash the subscribe, smash the little bell so you know when the videos are going to drop. Rules and all that kind of stuff will be determined prior to launch. And that's it, my friends. That's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. But of course, if you're new, smash the old subscribe, smash the little bell so you don't miss a beat. Predictions, videos, all that kind of stuff right here. Blackburn Overseas. Of course, so check out the links to my other social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and of course, Patreon. If you want to support the channel in another way and become part of the dream team, there is a link in the old description down below. Patreon.com/Overseas. So, will Juventus win the title tonight, or will it wait till this weekend? We've got the answers coming at you next week, right here at Blackburn Overseas. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.